To me, being a first gen means facing barriers and challenges that I've never experienced before nor can take home and ask questions about.
I am pretty much setting the road, the path. I'm walking so generations after me can run.
You're taking the first step, putting yourself out there, even though no one else has really done it in your immediate family.
I get to have opportunities that my parents and generations before me didn't get to have.
Being first generation has shaped me into a leader. I definitely loved being a leader for my family and showing them that your dreams are achievable.
Certainly created some obstacles. It can be hard at times, but I think that it's also had bigger rewards for that.
It allowed me to ask questions. It allowed me to ask for help. It empowered me to want to give back to other first gen students.
My older brother, he went to college. I just saw the way he was just very passionate. So I also wanted to go to college and just get a degree that my parents couldn't get.
My mom only went to 3rd grade and my dad only went to 8th grade. He would tell me, would you rather work outside or go to school? And I focused on school.
I thought college would help me explore my interests, explore, maybe what I'm not sure about. It paints a picture of what you could do. There's so many pathways.
Knowing the difficulty of being a first generation student inspired me to work in higher education. It was really hard navigating higher education as a first generation student. I wanted to be a better resource to students like me or similar to me.
As a first gen student myself, it's not like I really had thought ever about the fact that some people's full-time jobs were working at college. When I realized, there's all these full-time professionals who do this all the time. So I started asking them, how did you decide this was for you? And it opened all the doors for me.
What inspired me to work in higher education is the feeling of potential that you get on college campuses. This idea that it's not enough to just learn, but to share what you've learned is deeply fulfilling. I think that's also why I want to help others get their own PhDs.
The biggest support group that I've had here at college is the Center for Human Enrichment. It's a program that is very supportive to first generation students, and it's like your second family.
My greatest support has been friends and faculty here on campus. Finding people here who share similar interests. Some people are studying some really cool stuff, so it's nice being in a place where people are learning about stuff and I can hear about their experiences and then they like to hear about mine.
The tree office, and then on top of that, my parents, they know that college is something very, very important, so they have always been my #1 supporters throughout the journey.
Some advice I would give to future first gen students is to not be afraid, and I know that sounds very repetitive or cliche, but college is a place where you really get to find yourself, but also find a community where you can be accepted. I really want to emphasize, don't be afraid to ask for help, say no, express who you are and where you come from.
Lean on your support system. They were a lot of really well-connected folks that I believe could have connected me to a lot of resources. I didn't have anyone at home that really understood what my course load looked like. I felt like I really was on this independent journey that maybe I didn't have to be on had I used the supports that were available to me.
Look at resources. See what resources are available for first-gen students. The SOAR program here on campus is very helpful for first-generation students, and there are also scholarships available for first-gen students.
I hope they're able to make the most of their time here. And I know that sometimes it feels like there's a lot of pressure on you to be academically successful, but also to recognize that you will do a lot of learning and growing and developing outside of academia. One of the benefits of college is getting to know people that are really different than you, trying different experiences, whether it's clubs or events on campus. This is a really unique time in your life.
I hope that everyone finds a place, that everybody gets connected to someone. I really like UNC because there's a lot of first-gen folks and first-gen folks that have come back as staff and faculty. We all want our students to succeed.
My hope for future first-generation students is that they arrive to campuses that are welcoming and supportive.
My hope is that students recognize that it's great being first-gen. You get to be a leader for your family and your community. That's very exciting. Being able to know that it's okay to make mistakes and that it's good to reach out and ultimately define what success means for them as individuals.